In honor of Hunter Thompson, I watched the 2012 Obama acceptance speech in Charlotte on LSD. I thought this will give me a kind of deep grasp of the mythical qualities this guy is going to evince when he gets up there. So I took this dose of LSD. And I don't drink and I don't do drugs, but this was in the name of journalism of a certain
course.
type. And Obama got up there, and I had vociferously supported him. In 2008, I was in Millennium Park in Chicago celebrating his victory. And by 2012, I was still on his side, but I watched his speech on LSD and had a vision. I can't tell you what else it was. The man seemed played out. He seemed hollow. He seemed internally exhausted in some way and relying on wonderful skills, but skills that were in some sense superficial. I saw the politician, you can't control what you see on that drug. It just presents itself to you. And I thought, this is a guy out front of an establishment who has somehow lost his fire but on sheer competence and sort of acuity is carrying on. And it shook me. I went, the spirit has departed or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, in 2016, I decided it's only just that I do the same experiment watching Donald Trump. So I'd take the exact same drug and the exact same dose, and I watched Donald Trump come striding out onto the stage in Cleveland. And he was not popular within the Republican Party. Ted Cruz had given a speech saying, basically, you're going to miss me. You had your shot. Now you're stuck with this guy. And I was prejudiced against this Trump, not because I was a Ted Cruz fan, but the Republican Party delegates were like Baptists from Texas with cowboy hats. And this New York billionaire had somehow worked his way in, and everybody seemed pretty dubious. And he came striding out. They first projected his shadow on a scrim and a curtain in back. And then the curtain opened and this big guy came striding out and gave a speech that was roundly lambasted the next day as dystopian and disturbing and negative and horrible. But on LSD, here's what I saw. I saw a guy who was channeling almost an infernal or subterranean energy. I started laughing the minute he took the stage because I went, oh my God, this guy is going to be president. This isn't a joke. This man is somehow in touch or channeling a real cultural, spiritual, emotional energy that is larger than him, and he knows he's doing it. And then he said things that I'd never heard a politician say. I mean, basically saying the U.S. sucks right now, and these are the ways it sucks, and it it's going to get worse, and all these things. And I remember Twitter was new in 2012. I typed out, they can't touch this. Hillary Clinton is a very adept, very knowledgeable and sharp politician, but this isn't politics that I'm witnessing. And I was sitting next to a German film crew who was there for the convention. And one of them looked at me and he said, maybe we will have to invade you someday to free you from this dictator. And I looked at the guy and the kind of patriotic small town kid in me. I said, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. This is a guy who is not a proto-dictator, whatever else he is. Go back to Germany and deal with the fallout of the Holocaust. And so my sense of Trump was not that I approved of him, not that I liked him, but on the one hand, I understood intellectually the frustrations of his constituency. And on the second, I saw something that the dramatist in me recognized as authenticity, not because he's not, capable of telling you any story, but it was like the Oracle at Delphi, somebody who was in touch with an energy not their own. And that can be both frightening and compelling at the same time.